So when you get to the end of the beach, as you walk along from Old Town, you come across a set of stairs like this. I haven't been up them, so I can't tell you where they go yet. But as soon as I get to the top and I see where they go, I'll let you know. So there's where I was standing just a second ago. And this is the beach. Just come up the stairs. And I took a little walk around the cliff edge because that's what I like doing. Ooh, look at the cactus. Look at that cactus. Oh. That, I think, is aloe vera cactus. See if you can get past all of these and cut a slice of that off. That's aloe vera inside there. So if you've got sunburn and you've not got any aloe vera, some right there. Although, don't know what the laws are when it comes to picking it. Oh, this is a bit dodgy. Shouldn't really be in my bare feet, but should be alright. Should be alright. Oh, bit of a drop off here. Look at this. Oh yes. Oh, that's where that little bird was nesting in there, look. Right there. I was standing down there, down in that bit down there. This is quite a tall cliff. Shouldn't really be in my bare feet round here, but I can't be bothered going into my bag to get my sandals. And I need to toughen up the soles of my feet anyway. Need to become a man. 42 years old and still got feet like baby's feet. That's the cliff face on that side. It's bloody gorgeous, isn't it? Bloody gorgeous. Oh, look at this bit here. This is even more beautiful. Sorry about the shuggling of the camera. I'm in my bare feet. I'm actually going to dig out my flip-flops. So then I'm not walking in my bare feet because this is a disgrace. Oh, check out that. Check that out. Look, she's actually walking across the top of that. Look. There's a big there's a cave in there and it looks like a little bridging point. Right, 1 second. I'm going to put my slippers. Much better. I've got my flippies on, even though they're not really designed for clambering across rocks. But this looks amazing. Check this out. Now, I wouldn't. Doesn't really look deep enough for cliff jumping. You probably could, but unless you were a local and you knew exactly where you were jumping, you probably couldn't do it. It's a good height anyway. It's probably about 10 metres off the water. Around about that. Now let's go and have a swatch of this bit. I can't wait. I actually can't wait to see what this is like. So there's a hole down there, and I'm on top of a cliff. Look, straight down. I'm standing on top of it. Straight down there is a cave. Look, a sea cave. Look at that. You can't. Oh man, you can't. You know, there's probably not a way down there, but that looks cool. I bet there's a few people who have actually climbed down there and got stuck. Oh, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. I see, we do have cliffs and stuff like that in Scotland, but because the rock is harder than this is quite soft. Because the rock is harder, it doesn't really create this sort of formation. It's a completely different kind of land, a completely different kind of soil and rock and everything. But look, there's a guy standing on the top of there, look. That's a guy standing on the top of that cliff face there. So that's about a comparison to how high it is. And I think the tide is out. So I think we're on a low tide at the moment. Oh, there's a boat all the way out there as well. Look, don't know if my camera's going to be able to get that. Look at that. The boat out there. Possibly doing some dolphin watching or some fishing or sightseeing. They do a lot of boat trips. This is amazing. Oh, look at this. Is this going to go all the way through? Oh no. I thought that was going to be like another bit where you could see all the way through to the water. But it's not. I want to come over here. Oh, look at this. Another cave. Another bloody cave. Look at this. Straight down there, look. Oh my goodness. Oh, get my footing right. Holy smokes, that's about, I'd say that's at least 10 metres down there. Whew. Lovely. This is great. This is bloody great. Oh man. Check this out. Check it out. Look, look, there's those caves over there, look. Oh, beautiful. Come to the edge here. Yeah, look at that overhang, look. Oh, it's amazing. This is amazing. Another sea cave. Another wee bridging point there, look. This bit out here, look. So the ocean's coming in here, and then it's going under here. This is another bridging point here, where the water is below. It looks like just, this all looks like kind of like a historic seabed, because it's all like coral and stuff. Look at that under there, look. Oh. I would clamber over there, but like see just as much in here as you can over there. This is amazing. This really is amazing. Look at this. Look at this rock formation out here, look. It's amazing what nature can do to solid rock, given a bit of time. Look, more sea cave. Another sea cave. Look, the sea's over here. There's this much rock between that and there. Look. Look at that. How cool is that? Look, it must just go out. It must just go out down there. Just come in there. I mean, I'm like, I know this video is probably not really doing it justice, but this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. So once you come across the rocks, those rocks there, you come across another beach, which you can actually see on Google Maps anyway. But come across another beach before you step up onto the other rocks over here. So, yeah, I'm guessing this is. I was going to say, I'm guessing it's part of a hotel beach, but it's not. So yeah, I'm going to carry on up the other side here, up these rocks on the other side, see if I can get over to the beach that's at the bottom of my family. It's been calling it Cardiac Hill, but I don't actually know what it's called. It might be called Cardiac Hill, never know. But yeah, I'm going to go across these rocks as well. Just started up on the rocks here, and this is where I came from, over here. I came from all the way across there. I came from Albufeira, and I walked left as you approach the beach. I walked left along the beach, came across the rocks, lots of sea caves and everything in there. And now I'm on these rocks, and I'm going to carry on across this way to hopefully the beach at the other side, where there's a bit called Cardiac Hill. I don't know if that's what it's actually called. That's what my family's been calling it. It's like a really steep hill that leads up to the strip, and my hotel sits behind the strip, so I'll carry on up this way. Check this out here. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely gorgeous. Try not to fall in. Look at that, look. All the way under there. It's creating its own cave, actually. That's quite far under. See, this is what erosion does, right? It erodes out the soft rock, and then the harder rock holds up what this is, all this cliff face. And then eventually, when the harder rock erodes, because it does still erode even though it's harder rock, that will, the cliff face will then fall in. But at the moment, we live in a time where it's still here. And this is absolutely beautiful. Oh, looks like there might have been some kind of little structure there at some point. But absolutely gorgeous. Right, let me go down this way because look at that, look, there's a cave under there. I'm standing right on top of a cave and I didn't even know. Sea cave, look, how far? How there? Yeah, look, it's all the way in there, look. You can't see it, but it's in there. It's definitely in there. How far under this it goes, I don't know. But you can see the cracks in the rock here. This is where the softer rock gets washed out and gets eroded first, and then the harder rock then follows afterwards. And probably I'm explaining that to most of you that know already how erosion works. But there is people out there that won't know how erosion works. And there you go, consider yourself educated. But there it is under there, look, you can't, I was standing on top of it and I didn't even know. Look, it goes all the way, it goes in there, in that bit there, it goes all the way in. There's no way you can get down to somewhere like that unless you're a really good swimmer and like you can navigate these rocks and whatnot, you know what I mean? But that would be even the strongest swimmer in the world would struggle with that, to be honest. Yes, this is absolutely beautiful. I do apologise if there is wind noise. I bought these headphones so that I could narrate what I'm doing without wind noise. But if there is wind noise, I do apologise. But look, there's another cave, look, right there. You can clamber across there, over there, look, in there, and it comes over this way as well, look. Check this out. Look at that, look, there it is there, look. Comes all the way through, boom, all the way through, and some of it's coming in from this direction as well. Absolutely amazing. See, this is the thing, is human beings can create sculptures and they can build things and, you know, they can do amazing things, right? But nature does this. And to be fair, this is so much more beautiful than anything a human being could create. In my opinion. There will be people that disagree. But this is unbelievable. Look at this bit here as well, look. I mean, you're telling me that a human being can create something more beautiful than this? No chance. Absolutely no chance. I will say this, I'm not exactly in the best footwear. I have got trainers in my bag, so I've got no excuse. But I would wear something a bit better than I've got on. I've just got me sandals or my flip-flops, whatever you want to call them, on. So yeah, really you should have a good pair of sturdy shoes so you don't trip over. This is amazing, look at this. Look at it. Woo. Gorgeous. This video is going to be really long, but totally worth it. Watching all the way to this bit. Hopefully you navigate that little skinny bit there without the video running. I just stopped it for a second. Brought it back. Look at this, look. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. In comparison to the size difference, look, there's people there. So that's people there, right? And this is the size of what's happening, because I know sometimes from a video it's not always clear about what size it is, and I am doing it in what do you call it, portrait mode, so probably not going to be great on your TV, but if you're watching it on your phone it's going to be lovely. Oh look at the little birdie there, look. You can just about make it out, look. It's well camouflaged in there, look. It looks like a little oyster catcher type thing, you know, like fully similar species, just roaming around the rocks, just eating bugs and, you know, going into the rock pools and eating little things. It's amazing, right? You've got all this nature around you and you forget about the wildlife. Because I mean, there's probably like huge amounts of wildlife. I mean, look at this, right? Actually, that beach there, I've just spotted it. That beach there is the beach I'm heading for. So nearly there. Look, I've only got all this rock right there, all this rock face here to traverse to get to that beach. So not that far away. So see, it wasn't really that long a walk. It was probably about an hour along the beach. I probably spent about an hour on these rocks. I might spend another hour on the rocks, but if you're not making a video like me, you would probably do it a lot quicker. Yeah, I reckon you would. Just clambering up the rocks here. Should come across the beach at the bottom of Cardiac Hill soon. Might take a little wander out here actually. This looks like a little viewpoint, and that's jaggy. Oh my god, that just caught my leg. Be careful of jaggy bushes. That just ripped my skin right off. That's an exaggeration, it didn't really rip my skin off, but it was jaggy nonetheless. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this in flip-flops. Not a good idea. Yeah, look at this. Little viewpoint out here, look at that. Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely. Check it out. And then on this side, there's the beach I'm heading down to now. It's got a few people on it. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You could probably climb down there as well, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to. I'm not the kind of boy I used to be. I used to be a adrenaline. Oh, look at that down there. I'm about a good probably 20 meters up. Yeah, I'm not the adrenaline junkie that I used to be. I would have been climbing out here, all the way out here to sit on there and get a photograph and all sorts, but not anymore. Look at the ocean, look at that ocean. Absolutely beautiful. Here we are, another little beach. Now this little cove over here, just there is where me and my cousin were doing some stretches the other day. And the tide was a little bit further out. So I'm guessing the tide is on its way out. I'm guessing it was high tide and it's actually on its way out, which I'd said differently before. So yeah, it's another little beach, which is nice. I'm not going to go, actually I will go that way, because I can jump over that little rock there when the water's not there. Catch it on the low bit. Whoop. Whoa! I don't want to lose my flip-flops. End up dragging them out to sea. So just jumped over that little bit there because it's a little bit deep and I haven't got my towing gear on. Check this beach out. This beach is the one that's at the bottom of what I know is Cardiac Hill. I only call it that because my family have been calling it that. But it's quite cool, isn't it? This is nice. So there's loads of beaches you can explore. I would say like I would say even at the height of the season when it's busy, there's probably still loads and loads of places you can explore. These are the cliffs that I've just navigated. There's some people over there. These are the cliffs that I've just came across and then come down onto this beach. This is the beach that sits below the strip my hotel is above the strip, so I'll just head up and go past and I might actually grab a little bit of breakfast on the way because there's a good place to have breakfast. It's called Lara's place. It's just up the hill there, so I might just head up there and go for breakfast there. So I've just come up off the beach there, and this is what is known as Cardiac Hill. It goes all the way up to the strip, and that more or less is the end of my journey today. So if you made it this far along my video, congratulations, because it's probably going to be quite a long video once I've finished editing it. But yeah, thanks for watching and subscribe if you want to see more content from my travels. Right, take it easy. Bye bye.